Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we dealt with the aftermath of losing a whole bunch of footage, and we helped find the missing crew and parts needed to build the victory. So that is exciting. Today, I have confirmed that the last episode was recorded successfully, which you probably knew from the fact that the episode exists, but anyways. Point is, I've been stressing about it, so I'm very happy to have just confirmed that it is in fact working. Today, it is a Sunday episode, which means we've got side quests to do. Specifically, we have a very specific set of side quests to do because I want to do the exact same ones that I did in the Lost recording. Making sure I've got all those and exactly those done means that we're going to be synced right back up with the main file, and we can get back on track. So starting off, Wafufu has a quest for us. Poor Wafufu's food cart is alight a few lunches, and she needs help locating the lost meals. Oh, woe is me. I seem to have gone and misplaced 4 of my packed lunches. Whatever am I to do? I can hear Otberm's belly grumble from all the way over here. I'm certain I made enough for everyone, so it must be that either I dropped a few, or gave some to the wrong fellows. Oh, did you hear that? It was Otberm's belly again. He does not look at all pleased, does he? I must stay with my cart, but if you could search the Drydocks and see if you cannot find those lunches, I would be eternally grateful. I might even whip together something special for you. Ah, did you see that? Otberm just gave me the evil eye. If those lunches don't turn up soon, I'm afraid he'll come over here and eat me. I don't think he's going to eat you, but I will do my best to find those lunches. I found one! It just kind of fell down the stairs. But she's got 3 more missing lunches, so let's go take a look around. Wafufu been needing one of her lunches back, you say? And here I was beginning to think the lass had eyes for me. Not that she's been tight, mind you. I like me women a few hands taller, and a few paunds heavier. And a few shades bluer, if you catch my drift. I wouldn't have minded the extra meal, though. A man can work up quite a craving when he's been pounding, stretching, and shaping sheets of iron all day. Alright, that is 2 of the lunches. The last 2 are going to be up this way. We've got another fallen lunch right over here. And the last one is from Lingsturm. Don't tell me. You came to collect my lunch. I can see it in them accusing eyes of yours. Sure, I knew right well that none of these lunches was meant for me, what with today being my day off and all, but I never thought little Wafufu would miss just one. If I give back the lunch, would you promise me you'll not mention that it was I who took it? I don't want the lass to think I was trying to swindle her. Though, that's sort of what I was trying to do. But she doesn't have to know that now, does she? Right then, carry on. I mean, sure I'm a thief, but she doesn't need to know I'm a thief. Kinda want to push him off. Oh well. Let's go return the lunches to Wafufu. She's going to be very delighted to get them back. Hello, Wafufu. Please tell me you found the lunches. I swear Otberm has shifted several paces closer since you departed. Yes, I got all 4 of them, do not worry. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it! You found all the missing lunches. Now, perhaps I can rest in peace knowing that Otberm won't be indulging in his cannibalistic fantasies. Pretty sure your anxiety made that up. At least for today. Well then. I believe in the main Let's Play, or in the original attempt at recording this, I picked all of the Disciple of War gear, because that was I was working on Marauder and Rogue gear at the time. And we'll go with the hard leather sandals this time. Once we get back to the main file, we'll have all of the Disciple of War gear, but for now, I only have Arcanist, so might as well grab the Arcanist gear. Next up, hello, Hezkezel. Naldik and Vameli's shipwright Hezkezel needs help heating his rivets. When it comes to riveting, you can search the realm over, but you won't find none better than Hezkezel. 10 score rivets of bell I drive, twice that if I'm not in me cups. The key to driving rivets proper like is how hot you can get the buggers. The hotter the rivet, the stronger the bond she'll make with a steel plate. Problem being was that to heat me rivets in the forge, they'd be cold as a dead horse crotch by the time I hauled them back to the victory. 'Tis why I use the white hot cores of lightning sprites, but as you can see, my supplies run a tad low. If it ain't too much trouble, would you be so kind as to fetch me some? You look as though you could take on a whole pack of sprites with one hand tied behind your arse. Alright, so we need to go hunt lightning sprites, get their cores, and use those to heat up the rivets. Smart move. Though couldn't you build a forge? I'm sure it's as simple as building a new forge closer to the victory. That does seem like an issue though. Where is the forge here? And is it really, if it's really so far away that you can't get anything you heat in it back to the ship in time, back to the ship building yard in time, that seems like a design flaw with just how this whole area is laid out. Alright, so as we're making our way out here to hunt down lightning sprites, I did want to talk a little bit about side quests in this game. Generally, you may have noticed, they don't give very good experience as rewards. I mean, many quests will have you fighting enemies, and that'll give you far more experience than the quests themselves. So what really is the point of doing side quests in this game if there's barely an experience reward? Well, while the experience is rather bad, there are definitely good reasons to be doing side quests. The number one reason you would want to do side quests is not any material reward. It's literally the best reason to do side quests is just to learn about the people and lore and story and cultures of this world. And they are often pretty well written. Well, with so many side quests, many of them are going to be kind of fillery. But they're usually at least going to have a little bit of lore in them that's interesting and worth learning about. If you're into that sort of thing. Outside of learning about lore and the cultures of the world, there are some material rewards. Money, they don't offer a lot of money per quest, but the money does add up over time. That's not to say it's a stunning amount of money, but it helps. The other big reason you would want to do side quests is the gear they give you. Sometimes it'll be just like healing items that you can use mid-battle. Sometimes it'll be just literally equipment, armor, weapons that you can equip to your character, make yourself a little bit stronger. While it's not required that you get equipment from quests in order to stay well equipped, the main scenario will do a great job of making sure you have all the equipment you need. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit extra equipment, especially if you're going for multiple classes, like we're going to be going for all of the classes. It doesn't hurt to have that extra supply of gear to get the classes you don't use in the main scenario also stocked up. Alright, Hezkezel, 3 cores and I can be done with a day's work and back at the alehouse where I belong. Well, good news, I bring you 3 lightning sprite cores. Leviathan's Eye, you really done gone and fetched me the blinking cores. Osborne will be right pleased to see that, he will. 'Twas the foreman who came up with the idea to use cores to heat the rivets. A clever one, that man, sharper than a fang and a fishback's beak. Probably is why he made Chief so quick-like. Alright, well, I'm glad to hear that it is going to work well for you. We got some new glasses, which I guess aren't good enough to replace the hempen cowl. How rude. Some gear, like the hempen cowl, if you equip it, it technically covers both body and head. So we're not actually able to equip a headpiece because of this cowl. Which is annoying, but recommended gear says that this has our best total stats, so out of everything we have, so I'm going to go with it. Alright, next up, Yulgi Honalgi. Moraby Drydocks Yardmaster Yulgi Honalgi seeks someone to aid his crew in taking inventory. I'm looking for a strapping young adventurer with her numbers to help tally our remaining supply of planks and logs. What I suppose you'll have to do. Hey, that's rude. I'm an Arcanist, literally from the guild, whose job is collecting taxes? I guess? Literally have to be good with numbers. Now that work on the victory is nearing completion, I need one final count on the lumber we have, so I can determine if we'll need more. I already have Razin Milzen and Ruimo Falimo started on the tally, so speak with them and see what they found. Then bring me back the exact number of quarterdeck logs and forecastle planks remaining on site. Understood? Thankfully, we don't actually have to keep a tally ourselves. Our character, Satoru, will just remember it for us. There is, however, a quest much later on where you do have to remember the exact tally. Just finished my count of the cedar mass, and the yardmaster ain't gonna like what I have to tell him. What? You'll tell him for me? Well, be my guest then, lass. The victory, being as big as she is, will be outfitted with 3 full-size masts and 2 smaller masts. Each mast will have its own set of 4 to 5 spars, or cross-masts, from which the sails hang. One need not be a scholarly from Melvin's Gate to know that that's a whole hell's worth of lumber. And so, just how many mast-worthy logs did I count here? 4. Not 400, not 4 not even 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can take that to the yardmaster. But don't say I didn't warn you. I mean, I'm just a messenger. They surely wouldn't murder me, right? But that does sound grim. Alright, let's tally up these planks. Try not to accidentally jump off. And check in with Ruimo Falimo. 200 oak berthing planks, not one more, not one less. I counted them twice and then I counted them thrice more just for good measure. We may be in trouble though, if them shipwrights need any more than what you see before you. The fires of the Calamity claim most of the trees in old Oakwood, and what are those that remained, you asked? Why, we chopped down the trees to help, the rest to help build the victory. That sounds like an unwise idea. If you're really struggling, if you really need wood that badly, and you go and chop it all down, you don't have any more. How are you going to cope with this and get more wood for later? This is very short-sighted, it seems. I trust you had enough fingers to help you through the tallying, so tell me now, what did you find? Those be grim numbers indeed. The Calamity may be just a fading memory, but it seems we're still far from truly healing. As a salt-blooded Laminson, it pains me to say it, but we may have to turn to them tree folk in Gridania if we're to finish the victory on time. Not sure how they'll feel about, you taking their wood, but we'll be getting into Gridania much later on. Alright, next up we have a quest down here. Constant Carvings. Hello there, Mimidoa. What do you got for me? Naldic and Vameli's veteran shipwright Mimidoa seeks someone to travel to Oshan's Torch in his stead. What'd you say? Another initiate, eh? Initiate, you say? Getting lots of initiates these days. Lots of initiates. What day you say it was? No, I reckon this initiate's here, looking for work. Is it work you seek, eh? Well, you need not fret, as I just happen to have a task what needs tending. A dear friend of mine, Rawson something or such, is holed up in the lighthouse on this side of the grip. Used to be that I'd visit the lad once a sennight to see how he was faring, but my legs just ain't the same since the gout got and grabbed hold of him. I'd be grateful if you could check up at the Candlekeep in my stead. Oh, and don't you be forgetting to take along 4 curved jackal fangs. Tell him they's from Mimidoa, he'll understand. Alright then, we're gonna go travel on up to Oshan's Torch in order to visit the person taking care of the lighthouse there. Now it is marked that we should go up this way to find jackals, but I actually happen to have found a better way to get them on our way down to Oshan's Torch. Heading up this road here, this road will lead up to Oshan's Torch in due time. There should be plenty of jackals along this upper road. Alright, just gotta find... I actually ended up taking a different path than I did in the original recording. I think in the original recording what I did was I went up that way, and then came along this bridge, and that actually takes you right past 4 jackals. I screwed it up! Oh no! It's fine. Alright, just gotta hunt 2 more. Come on, Ruby Carbuncle? Really wish the Ruby Carbuncle attack was not so slow. It's what, a 3-second cast time, I think? Takes way too long to cast that. Alright, got our curved jackal fangs. Now let's make the trip the rest of the way up. Hello, Rosenze. How are you doing? I have a gift for you. It can get right lonesome up here all alone with naught but the wind's chill to keep a man company. Some days I carve jackal fangs to help clear me head of the voices. The voices calling me back to the great blue. Oh, sir, are you okay? What's this? Mimidoa sent you, did he? Well, you tell that old man he didn't waste his last few suns in this realm worrying about poor Rosenze. I'll carry on as I always have in the service of the sailors, alone till the day I die. Someone should probably come check in on this man more often. Alright, he does have a quest for us, and I don't want to have to make the hike all the way back up here to grab it after we turn in constant carving, so... Rosenze, what do you got for me? Rosenze yearns to profess his love to a certain special someone and requires your help to do so. Whilst the carvings help keep my head clear, a bit in company would ease the solitude. Truth is, with each turn of the sun, I creep ever closer to the brink of madness. All day and all night I dream of someone who might rescue me from this prison. Someone broad and hale, with skin the color of the sea, and eyes what'll suck you in like a maelstrom. Someone like Gimthota. I've been enchanted by her sweet magic since I first saw her, a young lass from the Moraby Drydocks on patrol of the God's grip. She smiled at me, but I was too het up inside by fear to meet her gaze. And now, since her promotion to head watch, she can't be bothered to make the climb. I would tell her how it is I feel, but my duty to the sailors. Wait, you could tell her for me. I'd make it worth your while. You could take her nice Lenosian Lilybell. You think she'd like that? I reckon she'd like that. I met a woman what didn't like flowers. Alright, so on our way back down, we gotta pick up a Lenosian Lilybell from just outside this, the Drydocks. And we can deliver that to Gimthota. Alright, these Lenosian Lilybells. Well, it looks like we've got one just growing right here on the cliffside. Let's go ahead and pluck it and... get attacked by living plants! They don't like me picking their friends. Good to know, plants don't like being picked at all. They'll send living plants after you, oh god. Alright, sweet traps, I'm gonna need you to die, go away, leave me alone, thank you. Got ourselves the Lilybell, now let's go make our 2 deliveries. Well, no, 1 delivery and 1 report. Alright, first off, we're gonna pass by Gimthota, so we'll make the delivery to her first. A gift from me from the Candlekeep at Ocean's Torch, but I don't recall ever meeting anyone. Well, he told me to give you a Lilybell. Ah, Lenosian Lilybell. Yes, it's coming back to me now. Rossenze, I believe his name was. I remember specifically commenting on how I despise my patrols for the God's Grip, for the area is full of Lenosian Lilybells, and the terrible weeds always send me into sneezing fits. While I am flattered, I'm afraid I cannot return the gesture. As head watch of the Moraby Drydocks, it is my responsibility to see that the peace is kept until the victory's christening. I simply haven't the time to pay would-be suitors any mind, no matter how desperate they may be. Though, perhaps once the ship is complete, I could consider a climb up to the peninsula. Perhaps. Well, whatever you decide to do, I hope it works out well for at least one of you. And next, Mimidoa, I'm back. And where'd ye crawl in from? I don't recall sending for no initiates. Satora Lanzi. I once knew a last name Satora back when I served on the Cloud Dancer. She was a bosom young lass with eyes as big and round as ogre pumpkins. You ain't her, though. Nose ain't quite right. And who are you again? Got something to tell me, has you? Rossenze. What's that mumbling milksop whining about this time? No, let me guess. That he's lonely? Bah, put a pair of warm women in his arms and another on his lap and he'll be right as rain. 'Tis what I do to help me forget that what ails me. Not that old Mimidoa needs much help with forgetting, mind you. Might be that I'll send him up a few saucy strumpets this coming eve. I don't like you, Mimidoa. You are clearly having some, issues in old age. Memory loss does not seem at all pleasant. Oh god. That actually sounds horrifying. But you don't gotta be a creep. Alright, our next quest is going to be down here at Candlekeep Quay. Alright, so who's got work for us down here? What's your name? Azumin, what do you got for us? Melvin's Gate Field Assessor Azumin is seeking to help exterminate an unknown pest. Excuse me, adventurer, might I have a moment of your time? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azumin, Field Assessor for Melvin's Gate. My work with the Custom House involves the investigation of claims made regarding the unlawful import of restricted items from foreign shores. Recently, there have been a number of petitions made by the residents of Candlekeep Quay concerning a species not native to Vilbrin. If this species is indeed alien to the island, it must be located and destroyed immediately before it is allowed to reproduce and possibly disturb the natural balance found here amongst the area's fauna. I would ask that you take this lump of fetid dodo flesh and place it upon one of the mounds of soil thought to be the nest of the invasive species. The odor should draw forth whatever creature lurks beneath, leaving them easy targets. Oh goody, invasive species. Crap, that's never good. I will take this rotting dodo flesh and use it to draw out the invasive species. Did you have to give me rotting flesh? Alright then, let's see. One of the mounds is up here. We'll go with this one. And we have Thavnarian Mightlings, implying that yes indeed, this is an invasive species. Oh god. They are from Thavnar, an island nation way off to the east, and very definitely not part of Eorzea. So this is pleasant. Alright, well, let's go ahead and wipe them out before this becomes a bigger issue. And we've got a whole on Thavnarian Might to make things even worse. We've got the adults here. Lovely. Alright, well, thankfully, it looks like we dealt with the situation. We drew them all out and exterminated them. Hopefully, that's all of the mites. If not, at the very least, we can let Azumin know and, she can send out patrols to keep an eye on it. Thavnarian mites? We have collected eggs from cargo carried on ships hailing from Rods at Han before, but always in Limsa Lominsa. There are no records of ships traveling to or from the tiny island nation making stops here in Candlekeep Quay, nor would they ever need to. Unless the mites did not come from a ship that laid anchor here, but from a different vessel, one with more heinous motives. I believe this will require further investigation. I thank you again for your assistance. Perhaps it may require your services again in the near future. Alright, well, you have the best of luck with dealing with this invasive species situation. What kind of asshole would deliberately introduce an invasive species to an area? That's just a dick move. Alright, I think the slightly faster way will be along the Salt Strand, and our last quest we're taking care of for today is up at Oshan's Embrace. And that will put us up with where we were in the original attempt at recording this. Alright, you have fun with that fate. Is anyone even doing it? Probably not. Oh, that is a big jackal. Nope, I am not getting involved in that. Alright, our last quest should be just up ahead. From Dozrael. Hello there, Dozrael. How's it going? Captain Dozrael, stationed at Oshan's Embrace, needs you to track down a guard who has abandoned his duties. You be wanting to cross Oshan's Embrace? If you ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather you hold off for a bell or two. Presently, the bridge is such a rite of confusion of wagons and such, the damn things like to collapse. We expect a bit of congestion, what with this being the only bridge connecting the roads from the Drydocks to Limsa Lominsa, but today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, one of the Seven Houses Wursmaga think he's playing at, deserting his post at a time like this. Do me a favor, would you, lass? Track down that skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back to directing the chaos of the Embrace. I'm sorry, what? The bridge was empty when I was... Oh. There suddenly are indeed a lot of wagons on there. Alright then, let's go find this missing Wursmaga and see if we can get them back to directing traffic. It was only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. I heard ya. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. I can't simply wave my hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out now, can I? And if I try reasoning with those demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get my head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, then can you at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers? You know, soothe their tempers some. That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Alright then. You are an absolute coward who has abandoned your job as a guard because you are too cowardly to be a guard. I think you might be in the wrong job, friend. Okay, let's go deal with the very pissed off coachman. Alright, what do we got here? Can you stop what are you even doing? Trying to show off how big and tough you are? Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold on my temper, if only to see this situation resolved before the moon turns. Thank you. You as well, please chill. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold me tongue for a bit. Well, that was easy. All I had to do was tell them to chill the fuck out. Alright, coachman dealt with. Someone is flying by on Nimbus, good for them. Let's go report back to Wursmaga. Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down? You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed me directions without all that snapping and snarling, you see. Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Apologies, something odd just happened on my computer, and after, losing 2 episodes, I'm a little bit anxious about that. Looks like, if anything, I only lost 6 frames, or 1/10 of a second at worst. Okay, I think we're fine. Oh, and I'd appreciate it if you could let Captain Dozrail know I'm back on the job. Alright, let's go report in and finish this quest. Hello, Dozrail. Wursmog is back at his post, is he? Your tongue must be made of silver to have accomplished that feat. You can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty at the bridge now that the work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Wursmog had better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work. Yeah, it's not seeming like the best job for him. But hopefully he improves. Anyways, with that leaves us completely caught up and done with our side quest for the day. I believe that is every single side quest I covered in the last episode, so we should be good to go. So next time on Final Fantasy XIV, it is time to go learn a new skill. Back on our main account, we're going to be learning the art of the armorer. I will see everyone next time for that.